Hey, all wonderful folks. Namaskaram. Welcome to Agile Mistakes. Today, I'm going to talk about lessons learned from Kailashnath Temple. I visited Kailashnath Temple last year, 2019 December, and when I entered the temple, I was just flabbergasted. I was speechless. So, such a flawless piece, flawless masterpiece. It is a single rock cut temple. It is not built. There are no building blocks of it. It's a single rock cut temple. They carved out this temple out of a mountain. Now let me tell you what does it mean. Actually, this was built over a century, built over a period of 150 to 200 years. That means generations of people have worked to create this temple, which means they followed the same design, they follow the same architecture, follow the same plan over centuries, which is remarkable. I want you to imagine that they kept on building this massive, magnificent masterpiece for over a century or two. Now, let's say after 150 years, 200 years, while giving the final touch to this marvelous piece of art, while giving final touch in last few days, if something goes wrong, a wrong hammer chisel, a wrong angle, a crack in any of the sculpture, if any of such thing would have happened, whole project would have gone scrapped. The years of hard work, penance, their sweat and blood, all have gone wasted just because of one error in the last days of the temple, of building this temple. But unbelievably, this never happened. There was no scope of human error, and no human error happened indeed. Everything is just perfect. Now, it seems supernatural to me. How come thousands of people working over a century or two and there was no error? How they sustained that? How they sustained perfection over so many years with so many people? What was their mindset? What was their methodology they were using? What were the communication channels they were using in those days? I know we are nowhere near that. In IT, we are working on so many projects. We develop so many products. But I am not sure where we are lacking. Whether it's are we on the right track? Have we missed some of the fundamentals of humanity? I'm just thinking that what kind of humans would have worked on that Kailashnath temple? What would be their lifestyle? What would be their mindset? Their eating habits, their sleeping habits, their walking habits? What do they exercise? Because this masterpiece, this work of perfection only comes with blissful mind state. The question is how they maintain this blissful mind state with so many people for so many years. This requires fit human beings. This requires human beings of different level. How did they maintain that? They were mass manufacturing superhumans. I think building Kailashnath temple and sculpting art and figures into it was taken up as a sadhana by those people. It was their lifelong sadhana. Building and sculpting Kailashnath temple was their lifelong sadhana. They built it with devotion for the generations to come. They knew for sure in their lifespan they are not going to see the benefits of Kailashnath temple because this project is not going to complete in their lifespan, but they lived and died for it. That was their commitment. That means they knew what they are investing. They also know very for sure what is the return of investment. without calculating return of investment, which is which is well-being for everyone, well-being of the world. They knew the return of investment of it. That's what they spent their lifetimes. Their generations spent their lifetime to create this temple. That was the humanity. They didn't even leave their name, which is very easy for them, which would have been very easy for them. They didn't even leave their name. There was no copyright issue in that. They didn't think this worthy. Such were those human beings. Just imagine their lifestyle. They would get up early in the morning, they would do their sadhana, their yogic practices, and they start sculpting a temple. They lived their day with perfection. They lived every minute, every second of their day with perfection. That means they lived a perfect life. That is state of mind. They sustained it with so many people, thousands of people, and with so many years. They all lived perfect life. They spent every moment of their life perfectly, sculpting this temple. That's the life I want to live. The one aspect of my learning from Kailashnath Temple is I would like to live my life with a kind of lifelong sadhana. I would like to get up every day early in the morning and start sculpting my life with my own hands to the perfection as they sculpted Kailashnath Temple. Every hammer stroke is just perfect. Every hammer stroke is just perfect. Every chisel angle is just perfect. That means their every thought is perfect. Their every breathe is perfect. Their blood pressure, heart rate, everything is perfect. They're fine tuned to this cosmos. Else, it's not possible to to sculpt this perfect, flawless masterpiece. Similarly, I would like to shape up my life, sculpt my life. Another lesson from this Kailashnath temple, which I got, is they carved out this worthy, meaningful, purposeful temple out of a mountain. Out of an ordinary mountain, they carved out this piece of perfection. Which means that gets me thinking that in our life, we can extract, if we are willing, we can extract meaning, purpose out of anything which is part of this creation. We can extract meaning just out of anything. It's up to us. So extract meaning out of anything in this creation and give yourself and people around you a purpose, a larger than life mission, so that generations would reap the benefits. That is one of the greatest understanding I got with my visit to Kailashnath Temple. I'm pretty sure that this is one more aspect of sculpting Kailashnath Temple, so that people like you and me keep on getting inspired and find out strength in the deeds of our ancestors and understand the fact that being human is the greatest possibility. Being human is super. I wonder why Kailashnath Temple is not a part of the list of wonders of the world. If Kailashnath Temple is not part of wonders of the world, nothing else can. What else can? I don't know. People talk about India, Taj Mahal, and all that. Tourists, foreigners know only about Taj Mahal. Yes, it's good. I'm not against that, but this is something else. Kailashnath Temple is something else. You cannot compare Kailashnath Temple with anything else. In a way, it is much more important heritage of the world, more important than pyramids of Egypt. Well, I always wonder and want to figure out what would be the mindset of those people who have worked here, what would be their methodologies they have used, what communication channels, what is communication strategies, project plans, project management techniques they have used at that time to come up with such a pride of humanity, so that generations would get to know that being human is super. Thank you, friends. If you really like my video, please hit the subscribe icon, hit the like button, and I'll come up with more interesting talks and facts to you. Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you so much.